If we can't pay our teachers and they're not teaching our kids good because they're stressed out from not being able to pay their bills, that's a national security issue.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've made 4 or 5 videos about this already, about the cost of living, but let's actually check out some real world examples to see what people are going through, to kind of step out of our own situations, though we're all struggling as well. But let's step out of our own bubbles and kind of put ourselves in other people's shoes and kind of see what's going on in the life of Americans struggling, and then we can discuss, because I think the cost of living is so insane right now that we need to kind of see what we're all going through so that we can sympathize more and start fighting more and holding our politicians to account to make sure we get things done.
In a recent CBS News poll, 2 out of 3 Americans told us they're stressed about their own finances. 3 out of 4 said their incomes are not keeping up with inflation. That's a lot of people struggling to.
That's an understatement. Definitely not keeping up with inflation, but just wages in general slightly, if at all, increase year over year, but generally they have not kept up with inflation, and just wages in general have not risen since like 1970. Like, I mean, to any substantial amount. Like, it's just barely risen.
Make ends meet. And starting tonight in our series, The Cost of Living, you'll hear some of their stories in their own words. First, a single mother of 3, ages 1, 4, and 8, trying to make ends meet on a teacher's salary of $37,000.
Sweet. How are teachers being paid $37,000 a year? How is that even possible? How is that? Are we dumb as Americans? Are we stupid? We're trying to compete with China and India, and this is what we're paying our teachers. We should be paying our teachers more so that they can be enthusiastic and want to go to work and educate these children. I mean, we're already getting amazing teachers. I mean, just to be a teacher and know that your pay is $37,000 a year, you must really care. I mean, you must really care. But we want to make our teachers be in a good space mentally, financially. Like, we want them to have good paying jobs so they're not stressed out when they go to work, so that they can actually teach kids and not be stressed out completely because they can't feed their family. $37,000 a year, who can live off that? Nobody can live off that.
We're ready to rock.
My name is Michelle Boisjoli. I am 37 years old. I am a teacher in St. Louis County, Minnesota. Since the price of eggs, bacon has gone up, we've done a lot more cereal.
Eat it with your spoon.
Now this lady has to feed her children sugary-ass cereal all the time because she can't afford eggs. I mean, this is how pathetic things have gotten.
Stay safe in the car, right?
I've had to take on a second job just because everything has gotten so expensive.
Hi, baby girl.
I've been a teacher since about 2008.
I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes.
It's definitely not something that people go into for the money. They go into it because they love it, which is why so many of us do. You
have to. Making $30,000 a year, you have to go into because you care about children and you want to educate them, because $37,000 a year, that's almost a poverty wage with how expensive things are right now. That's almost a poverty wage.
You have to work 2 jobs to make ends meet. It takes multiple incomes to survive in this economy.
I just left work and now I am going to go door dashing for a couple hours. It looks like our first delivery. We have to go to Burger King. Thank you. So this first one is $4.50 guaranteed, and then sometimes we get tips. I always grew up thinking about the stereotypical American dream where you own a house and you have a...
The American dream is dead. 100% the American dream is dead. You cannot tell me that it's not. And this is how we're going to treat the most vital people in our country. We at least need to get that right. We at least need to get teachers paid right. We need to educate our kids. How are we going to compete with China? China takes education so seriously. They are pushing hard. They pay their teachers good. They force their kids to learn. Like, this is a national security issue. If we can't pay our teachers and they're not teaching our kids good because they're stressed out from not being able to pay their bills, that's a national security issue.
Yard to play in, and I think that dream is dying.
I try to make every dollar count. A lot of the time, I'll just wait to feed myself until the end and then just eat whatever leftovers the kids haven't touched. Put your cute little bib on. A lot of the people making the decisions for us are wealthy, don't know what it's like to work 2 jobs, don't know what it...
I just made a video about political corruption and how they're building extreme amounts of wealth, trading stock and getting money from billionaires while the rest of Americans are suffering. Like, they can't pay their bills, they can't feed their family, but everyone in Congress is getting rich. They live so far outside of reality because all of them are wealthy. They don't know what we're going through as middle-class Americans. They don't see what she's going through. They don't see what the fireman's going through or what the welder is going through. They don't see it because they live in a world hanging out with billionaires, going on their yachts, hanging out with rich actors, stock trading, insider trading, getting, these cushy jobs when they get out of Congress. I mean, this is just complete disassociation from reality. That's what this is.
It's like to have to pay for gas with quarters, and yet they're making the decisions for us. If they knew a little bit about the average person who is fighting every day to make ends meet, I think that maybe they would make decisions that were actually helpful for the average person. Good night, sister. Come here.
Here's the latest on inflation. The government reported today that in the past 12 months, prices rose just under 2.5%.
In our special series, The Cost of Living, Americans are sharing their struggles to make ends meet. Tonight, a rookie cop in Connecticut, married.
Job numbers just came out, completely abysmal. Completely abysmal. We are basically in recession right now. Completely abysmal job numbers. This video came out around 3 months ago, but inflation's still high. Job numbers abysmal, inflation high, people can't afford groceries. I mean, this is just insane, and nothing is being done because they're too busy doing insider trading.
3 kids, household income $120,000, and looking to buy a house.
This is his story in his own words.
My name is Anthony Bartolini. I'm a police officer in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm 29 years old. I've been a police officer about a year. Let's go. But every day is a struggle for me too. If I still have to worry about my next paycheck, where my next meal is coming from, I'm just like anybody else out there.
This is disgusting that police officers need to worry about where his next meal is coming from. He puts his life on the line every single day out there protecting people. We can't even pay our cops well. What kind of country are we living in? What kind of country is this? The richest country in the world, and we can't even pay our cops? We don't care. The politicians don't care about these folk. They just care about getting rich. How could you not care about teachers and policemen and firemen, the most essential workers in the country?
Good morning, it's Officer Bartolini. I'm patrolling streets because you want to make sure that if you see something, you can do something about it. Dispatch 1. So I've been looking at houses pretty much every day. I wanted to buy one for a few years. To put 20% down on a house, that's a lot of money. Even I can't do it, working double shifts. In today's economy, even if I got a second job, I wouldn't be able to afford it.
How was your day?
Good.
That's what I'm saying. The American dream is gone. The biggest part of the American dream was being able to afford to buy a house for you and your family. It's unaffordable now. Housing prices are way too high. So where's the American dream at?
My wife Sarah and I were waiting for our daughter to get off the bus. We'll eat something real fast, then we'll go look at a couple homes.
Oh, there's a bone in here?
There is, yes.
There is a bone, yep. We've been having trouble finding the right home because the bigger the house you want, the more expensive it gets. And we need the room for the family, the dogs. They need a yard to run around in.
Turn right on George Street.
I like the neighborhood. Seems quiet. There she is.
Hello, come on in.
We have 3 bedrooms on this level, 2 full baths.
It's a very nice house.
What price point are we looking at?
Probably around 300 to 325.
There has been a low supply, but there's still a demand. It's a very competitive market. So it checked all the boxes, but too bad somebody put an offer in before we got here.
Oh, if it falls through, we'll come back and revisit it.
I love you.
You do get defeated knowing that homes are so expensive after looking today. I hope people in power, they change the price of things. There has to be a way to make everything go cheaper, There's no way that it can just keep going up and up and up, because then people won't be able to.
There is. It can just keep going up and up and up. And then you have all these private equity companies buying up all these houses and then reselling them for astronomically high prices or renting them for, high rental rates. I mean, we got to get private equity out of buying houses. I mean, that is one of the biggest problems. We cannot have corporations buying up all our houses. There's got to be some kind of rent control. The government's got to step in to bring these housing prices down. There's got to, you know what I mean? There's something that they can do. They just don't care. I feel so bad for families like this. They can't afford a house so that they can fit their dogs and their kids. I mean, this is just absolutely, this is the situation in the country is pathetic. And I do envision an uprising from the middle class if doesn't get taken care of, because it keeps spiraling more and more out of control, deeper into a black hole. And the prices, pretty soon the pitchforks are going to come out.
To live is just so expensive. No one will be able to afford anything.
Inflation has been moderating in recent months, but prices are still nearly 24% higher than at the start of the pandemic.
In our series, The Cost of Living, Americans are telling us about their struggles to make ends meet, and we conclude with a widow on Social Security. After rent, she has less than $200 to live on.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
My name is Olivia Marino Carlson. I'm 70 years old. I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I cannot.
And this is how we treat our seniors. They work. They pay taxes for 50, 60 years, work their ass off, and then they get a measly Social Security check. There hasn't been any real meaningful increases in Social Security whatsoever. These people just live in abject poverty. We're the richest country in the world. Don't tell me that we can't help these elderly folk. Right? I mean, this is insane. So you have cops that can't afford to live. You have firefighters that can't afford to live. You get teachers that are getting paid a poverty wage. All of the most important people, all of the elderly people that contributed to society for 65 years, they can't afford to live. So who's left? It's just the millionaires and billionaires and the politicians that are getting rich, and everyone's just can't afford to live.
Afford to retire. I live off of Social Security, which does not pay all my bills. That's why I'm looking for work. My husband was a mechanic. He developed MS. I took care of him until he passed away. I was working retail, lifting boxes. It was very hard. I'm going to the library to use the internet to look for work. I did not think that being 70 would be like this.
We got to stop being individualistic as a country. We need to start being more like Asian countries and European countries, that we don't just think of. Americans are very individualistic, and that's how the country was created, on individualism, not collectivism. But other countries think of themselves as a collective. We need to be helping each other, right? Firefighters and cops and teachers and the elderly, we need to be paying them. Like, I don't even care. Where's all the tax money going? Where is the money going? All the money that we pay taxes. Use it to help these people. Like, this is just a shame.
Asking if there's any positions or work positions available here.
We don't have anything open right now, but keep an eye on it.
This lady has to work. She worked her whole life and she has to work. How pathetic is that? How sad is that? Like, I feel bad for this lady.
Put in an application here at Walgreens. I haven't heard back, so I'm going to check to see what's going on. They don't have an update on my application. The cost of food has gone up. Every time I blink, it goes up. I get better prices here.
Your total's gonna be $10.25?
This is where I have a Bible study.
We thank you so much for this evening.
There are times when I do feel like giving up, and coming to this group helps me continue on.
Good. Right.
My greatest obstacle right now is being able to support myself. It is hard for me just to survive.
I hate that we live in a country like this. I seriously hate it. There are so many other countries that care so much more about their citizens. You go to some, like, European countries that have a Commonwealth fund where they have trillions of dollars or hundreds of billions of dollars stored away to help their citizens. Like, they have programs that help their citizens, elderly, cops, middle-class Americans. They have paid family leave and good health care, and richest country in the world. We just don't care about our people. The government doesn't care about our people whatsoever. We're basically have to fend for ourselves. There is no help. Then why do we even pay taxes? Don't take any more of my taxes. Don't take any more of my taxes if you're not going to use it to help us. What is the point of paying taxes if you're not going to use that money to help us? Where's the money going? Where is all the money going? Help us. Stop giving tax breaks to billionaires and, millionaires, and wasting all of the money, and give us healthcare. Give us things to help the average person like other countries have. How can they afford it, but we can't?
I wish people in power would think more with their heart. It is hard for me to accept that I'm not able to enjoy the rest of my life because I have worked hard all my life.
She worked hard all her life, took care of her husband who had MS, so she couldn't work. She probably couldn't make enough money to invest or, save for retirement because she had a sick husband she was taking care of. What about this lady? What help does she get? She's just living off Social Security. She can't afford anything while these politicians are lining their pockets. They're all millionaires. They get the best health care in the world in Congress. They get paid $170,000 a year plus all of the money they steal from us in, insider trading, all of the money they get from billionaires. They get the best jobs when they get out of Congress because of all the favors they did billionaires. So when they get out, they get cushy $1 million jobs. What do we get? What are they doing for us? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.